It's time. What's going on, y'all? Attorney Tom here. We're going to react to the top post of the week in r/Attorney Tom. Let's jump right into it. Attorney Tom, the legal expert YouTuber for the people. Law by Mike or Legal Eagle? Attorney Tom. Did y'all see that Legal Eagle and Law by Mike collabed? Ooh. It didn't hurt my feelings. It was fine. You know what? I'm glad I wasn't invited. They would probably make me wear a suit. I'm sure Devin and Mike just sent a text message to the wrong number, or my invite got lost in the mail or something. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Bruh. I would like to see Law by Mike or Devin have a blimp in the sky. Blimp pirates, we only have one option. We must grow this to be the biggest legal YouTube channel in the world. So Mike and Devin are begging for me to come back. Or, I guess not come back, get invited in the first place. Could you see the tape measuring manufacturer if there's an error in construction? Isn't it a reasonable assumption that the tape measure is correct? Yeah, that is absolutely terrible. What the f? So the original question is, can you sue if there was some sort of additional expense or maybe some damage to a construction product? The answer is, of course, it depends. You're going to have to prove general and specific causation, essentially meaning you are going to have to prove that the errors or the misprints in the measuring tape is what caused the damage. But absolutely, I would think it's reasonable. I mean, if you're supposed to lay everything out in 2 foot or 4 foot or 10 foot increments and your tape measures are drastically inconsistent, I think it is a harder case than most people would think. But yeah, I mean, potentially, it depends.
When I grow up, I want to go to the moon.
Why wait?
When I grow up,
No comment. Sounds like overkill. Is there a case? 2007. Someone kept eating my lunch out of the fridge at work. I got tired of it. I poisoned my sandwich with mole poison and rubbed raw chicken all over the lunch meat. Slapped that puppy in the fridge with a fake name on it. Disappeared before lunch. Heard nothing until the next day. Apparently, ambulances showed up on the 3rd shift and it took a guy out on a stretcher. He had to get his stomach pumped and was out for a month. I had never met this guy. He was stealing my food before leaving at the shift change and then eating it the following night. You don't steal my food. Yes, this is certainly overkill. This is an interesting legal concept that I can already hear the keyboard warriors typing. Look, they are acting bad. They should not be stealing your food. I get that, but that doesn't make it okay to almost kill a person or to kill a person. I don't know if this guy lived. Oh, he did live. I guess he just had his stomach. But you get the point. This is kind of similar in a way to the famous case with the booby trap shotgun. It's just an unreasonable use of force to deter something that really isn't that big of a deal. If only there had been something to prevent this. The irony. This is a great case. Were you or a loved one injured when an 18-wheeler ran through your home? 8x5 Tom wins. Is this legal? Fun fact, no state in the nation requires a dog to have a carry permit. So it's true your dog probably won't get arrested or get a ticket for unlawful carry of a firearm, but it is likely a form of reckless endangerment, and 1, dog owners are responsible for the actions of their dogs, and 2, gun owners are responsible to keep their gun with reasonable care. It is not reasonable to just put your gun on a dog. The dog could run away. Somebody could grab the gun, hurt somebody because they just found a gun strapped to a dog. There's a whole lot that can go wrong. Do not do that. Where's my hammer? Where's the hammer? Where's the hammer? Don't do this. Please tell us it depends. The look on your face when you thought you won a Toyota. So this is a famous case that you learn about in law school. So she was a waitress at Hooters, and they said that the top waitress for the quarter won a Toyota. So the girl pictured right here, Jody Berry, worked really hard for that time period of the competition and ended up winning the competition. At the end of the competition, they gave her a Toyota. Not a Toyota the car, but a Toyota the action figure. She ended up hiring a lawyer, and guess what? She won. The court found correctly that you should not be able to fraudulently induce your employees to compete or work extra hard to achieve some sort of bonus that you know is less than what they think the bonus is. Do you really think she would have put in the extra time, effort, expense to win a toy Yoda? No. Would he have a case based if he was injured? Okay, I definitely cannot show the rest of this video if I want to be monetized. So the short answer is, it depends. There are cases of excessive force where people are trespassers where they can still bring suit. I will just say these cases are extremely hard to win because the deference is very hard to tell. I mean, you don't know if this guy's a threat. He runs up on the stage, the security guard is acting with his instinct like, oh man, I got to protect my artist. There really wasn't that much time to decipher. I mean, if you could clearly tell he was not a threat and you responded with extreme violence, then yeah, it could be a case. The short answer is it depends, but based on what I'm seeing in this video, if this gentleman called me and asked me to take his case, I probably wouldn't. Is this illegal or just a terrible idea?
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
So first and foremost, it is absolutely a terrible idea. Be prepared to get shot if you do that, because if you're a bear, hey, what's up, I'm the bear, and you're charging somebody and they pull out a gun in self-defense and shoot before you reveal yourself, that is probably justified self-defense. And I say that in the lawyerly term, like, yeah, I guess it could technically not probably be self-defense, but it likely is. Like 99.9%, it's reasonable. Even if it's not reasonable, you're still shot. It's just bad for you. Just stop.
Get some help.
Now, with respect, is it illegal? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes, even though there's no specific code that says you can't dress up in a bear costume. There's likely a bunch of laws that are being broken here, reckless endangerment or nuisance or endangering the public. You get the point. Do not do this.
You know what I hate? Child murderers.
Oh no, here comes one now!
I'm gonna get ya.
You know, this is a rare situation in which it is probably reasonable to use self-defense. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about this. We're just going to move on. I'm not even going to go there because both racist and possibly wrong. Can the undocumented worker sue without getting deported, Tom? Without even watching the video, I can tell you that yes, undocumented persons can bring a suit if they are injured. I've represented undocumented persons before, and it's a real problem in the real world when undocumented persons get severely injured and might be entitled to significant financial compensation for their injuries, but they are too afraid to bring the case because they are afraid of getting deported. It doesn't work like that. Undocumented persons have every right to bring a lawsuit if they are injured by the actions or negligence of somebody else.
Guys came on Friday to fix the air conditioning unit. They're up in the attic, and then one of the workers fell through my ceiling. A small Mexican man fell through my ceiling. I call Jazz. The worker's saying his neck hurts. She goes, yeah, he said that to us too. She goes, and then Jerry asked the worker in Spanish, do you have your papers? And the worker said, yo no sé. And then Jerry pointed to the attic and he said, trabajo. And then the worker finished the job. You want to try to game someone in this family? Maybe you can game me. Maybe you can game Jazz. Maybe you can game the kids. You ain't going to game TT Jerry. If you fall through the ceiling in Staten Island, a United States passport better fall out of your back pocket, or you can't sue me.
So first, this guy totally sounds like a dick. Second, as discussed before, this is a more nuanced discussion, but the phrase, you can't sue me just because you're an undocumented person, is just not correct. Depending on the state he's in and depending on his worker status, maybe there is some form of a lack of access to workers' compensation. Maybe this doesn't fall under workers' compensation. Additionally, it depends on whose fault it was why the ceiling fell. Was it the worker's fault? Maybe the premises was unfit for some reason, but it is just completely inaccurate to say that you cannot bring a lawsuit for injuries just because you're an undocumented person.
Boom! Lawyer.
Who would win in a fight between Aang and Korra? Obviously Aang. It's not even a question. Oh yeah, that's it for today's video. Bye.
He's a catastrophic injury attorney who accidentally became a YouTuber. Attorney Tom.